guys, it's Miss Lauren. I just wanted to come to you and read a book called Cindy Moo. Have you ever heard of the cow that jumped over the moon? I think we've read that nursery rhyme before, but I wanted to read you a book about a cow jumping over the moon. Cindy Moo. Hey diddle diddle, the cat and the fiddle. The cow jumped over the moon. The little dog laughed to see such a sport, and the dish ran away with the spoon. Over at the Diddle farm, a little bit past 8, the cows all heard a nursery rhyme that caused a great debate. Diddle cows stood in the barn and listened to each word about the cow that jumped the moon, amazed at what they heard. They said, the cows can't jump over moons. Across the moon? Cried Buttercup. No way, said Honeybun. The moon's too high and much too far. It simply can't be done. And as the cow scoffed at the thought, a voice rose loud and true. Why can't a cow jump over the moon? That voice was Cindy Moo's. The cows began to argue. Each took a different side, but in the end they all confessed that none of them had tried. So Cindy Moo raised up a hoof and said that it was true. If that cow could jump the moon, by golly, I can too. Look, Cindy wants to jump the moon. She says if that cow can do it, then I can too. As Cindy Moo waltzed to the field, the others gathered round. She jumped that moon with room to spare in one ground bovine bound. She pawed her hooves, she shook her head, she ran and picked up speed. And with a mighty moo, she jumped. You think she made it? Across a prickly weed. Told you so, said Honeybun. Too bad, said Buttercup. Cows aren't meant to jump the moon. Why don't you just give up? But Cindy Moo ignored her friends. She had made a solemn vow. She'd jump across the silver moon as soon as she knew how. The next night, after gazing, she caught a stunning sight. The moon was perched upon a hill, a ball of silver light. Cindy Moo let out a snort and charged up to the top, but when she reached the grassy peak, she skidded to a stop. Instead of staying on the hill, much to her surprise, the moon flew off the grassy ridge, back up to the star-filled sky. Cindy Moo plopped on the ground. Wouldn't it be for naught? Jumping to the moon, she said, it's harder than I thought. She looks discouraged, doesn't she? And sad. Back inside the barn that night, the worst of all came true. Rain clouds swept the moon away. Now, what was she gonna do? She couldn't jump what wasn't there. Perhaps the herd was right. The moon and cows would never mix. Not then or any night. But late that night, when raindrops stopped, she peeked outside and found, look, she's looking outside the barn. She found the moon had slipped down to earth upon the rain-soaked ground. Is the moon on the ground? No, look, it's in a water puddle. It's the reflection of the moon sitting in the water puddle. Cindy Moo kicked up her heels and raced with all her might. And with a happy moo, she jumped across the moon that night. Look, she's jumping over the moon. Is she really jumping over the moon? No, the moon's really up here, but that's the moon's reflection, so she's jumping over the moon's reflection. Her friends came out and marveled much. "Miss Moo, you've done it now. A cow can really jump the moon as long as she knows how." Look, they're all excited. They said, "Yay, you did it." And ever since that rainy night, the cows do not debate. Whenever rain clouds pass their way, and it's growing late, they gaze upon that puddled moon and jump it 2 by 2. And guess who leads the diddle herd? Look, they all jump over the moon. Of course, it's Cindy Moo. Thank you for joining me today and listening to Cindy Moo. I hope you have a good day.